What are you doing, buddy?
Don't worry about it. I'm snuggling with this trophy here.
Whose trophy? Not Flanny's.
It's not my trophy.
Not Flanny's.
Speaking of Flanny, we'll get into that later. Welcome to week 5 now.
Week 5.
Finished up week 4. Solid week, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Right here. Bang! I don't like how everybody on one side pretty much is winning every game.
Yeah.
But so let's go with our recap of week 4.
Starting from the
Game
top.
1. Team Cosme versus Team Chung ended how we thought it would. Not in a blowout. We lost by 15. It was 121 to 106.
Mm-hmm. I was not there for this game, so I don't have much to talk about for this game.
This game, respectfully, Tommy did not play very well. He shot 2 for 15 or something from 3. It was a rough game for him as a shooter. Cosme and Mo had the usual. I think Mo had 49. Cosme probably had 50-something. I had 41. Chung had 50-something. It was a solid game. I mean, they're a good team. They shoot well.
They remain undefeated.
Not much else to really say there.
Mm-hmm.
Good game from Team Cosme. Solid game from us, just not good enough. Next game.
My game.
Team Kaz versus Team Shannon. I was not there for this game.
We saw playoff Bodie was back for this game. Dude,
that's what I saw from the stat sheet.
Dude caught fire from 3. It was exactly what I was talking about podcast after podcast about how he was going to heat up eventually, and I kept saying I hope it's not against my team, and it was. So.
I mean, this week, just really going off of the stat sheet, really, Mike also had a good game while Bodie had a good game. So I think if they can, I always said, Bodie needs to shoot less, keep the ball in Mike's hands more so he can score because he's a bit more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it seemed from that game. So if they can keep that up, that will be a good team to watch and a good team to play.
We put up around our season average of 95 points. That's right around where we've been scoring all season, except for with the exception against Mudano. But we put up like 95 against Steve's team, 95 again here. We've been hovering around there, but we just let Team Shannon get hot, and that's something you don't want to do.
Yeah.
I wish we played with Cruiser on it because I feel like we would have been able to help a lot more on Mike because with Tommy, that's another perimeter threat. So I feel like it would have helped us defensively if we had Cruiser on their team.
Hey, Tommy's a big upgrade for Cruiser.
Yeah.
And we've been playing with a lot of subs lately, so I think there's been a couple different shifts.
A lot of schedule issues.
For teams, yeah. Third game, definitely one that was interesting.
You want to point out the main thing that happened
here? The main thing that happened was Flanny supposedly retired during this game.
Should I try to pull up this
clip? He quit.
I think I have the clip.
You might have a clip. If you have a clip, I will try to put it in the podcast now.
Yeah. I'll send the clip to Joe and we'll see if we can get it in there.
Basically, he quit, I believe, in the 3rd or 4th quarter.
It was the 4th quarter.
He just wasn't playing well. They lost 64 to 104.
I think the quotes were, I'm done. Walked
Threw
off.
his jersey in the trash can and got in his truck and left. But he's playing again next week, so did he really retire?
I think it was for the show.
Yeah, at that point. He was probably just over this game. Was ready to move on to the next week.
He's ready for a win.
Yeah, so last game was Team Howard versus Team Mudano. Team Mudano remained undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
They won 91 to 76.
Team Davey.
Team Davey.
Rob is gonna come back next month. He just said
July 17.
Sounds about right.
Something like that.
I'm not sure the exact date, but
it's in July. He'll be back, but back to playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the important part.
Yeah.
But as of right now, Team Davey looks like they might struggle a little bit.
Yeah. Kaheem showed flashes of what he could do. He had some good drives. He had some good threes, but I feel like he's going to have to be consistent if they want to continue to have chances in games. Bewley had a good game. I think Bewley led in scoring for them.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of that, what would you... overall, Bubey had a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Keem was okay. Brian was okay.
Yeah.
But Mudano, I think, had 79.
Yeah. It was 79.
79 of the 91.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Mudano's been shooting well all year. He leads the league in percentages.
That's a reoccurring theme for them most games. Madonna's going to score 90% of their points.
Yeah. So I think, to recap this week, I think it kind of just went almost as planned.
Yeah, I think.
Except for probably your game.
Yeah.
Your game, I expected that to be a better game.
I think we both said Cosme. We both said me, I think. And I think we agreed on every single thing this week. So.
So one thing that I want to do this week is I want to go over these. We'll go over top 5. I'm going to put a screenshot on the screen as we're talking about it. Mm-hmm. So we'll go over top 5 right now for points per game is first Josh at 70. Second,
no surprise, Josh.
Connor at 59.5. Third, Gabe Cosme at 57. Fourth is Bodie with 53.7. And then 5 is Mike Shannon at 50 3/4. So 50.8, I'd say.
Mike and Bodie
at 4 and 5 is kind of scary. But then you have
104 points a game, basically.
Yeah, and then you have Cruiser down at 23rd out of 25.
Let's go, Cruiser.
Moving over to rebounds. Crazy is Cosme at 31.4. Mike Shannon at 24.5. Connor at 23. Brian Davey at 22.5, which is kind of surprising. Not crazy surprising. I know Brian's a good rebounder, but
yeah, I think
not that good.
A lot of that
surprised me.
I think a lot of that is going to come from Rob being out. Brian knows he has to get in the paint and rebound more with Rob's absence because
Kahim can rebound.
Kahim can rebound too, but
I have him down here. I haven't sorted him because he hasn't had a full.
A lot of rebounds in Driver League.
Yeah.
There is not one person averaging single digits.
Yes, there is.
There is. Oh,
one person.
Well, he's played.
He's
missed 2 games.
He's missed 2 games already.
All right, so that small sample size.
Yeah. And then 5th is me. So all top 5 are 20 or above. Mm-hmm. Moving over to assists. Not a shocker. Matt Lindsay first, the only person averaging a triple-double.
Let's go, Sean.
10.4 assists. Second is kind of surprising to me.
Bodie.
Not crazy surprising. I know Bodie's a passer, but
he's got a lot of those assists off lobbing passes to the mic.
That's true.
Just turning go up.
Yeah,
that's all he did
7.3 for Bodie.
Yeah.
Steve at 3rd with 6 3/4, 6.8 I'd call it.
Understandable. Kurt's
Tassie
got all
at
those layups.
Yeah, true. And Tassie's a good catch and shoot shooter.
Yeah.
On the other end, Tassie is at 4 with 5.7 or 5.8, and Cosme at 5 with 5.6. Not crazy assist numbers this year. Mm-hmm. Kind of slow. Blocks. Mike Novak leading the pack with 5 1/4, 5.25.
By a good amount.
The next person in second is Mudano with 1.8.
Let's go, Novak.
So I think this one is pretty much a smoke show. I don't really think I need to talk too much about that.
He's holding it down.
Yeah. We'll move over to steals. Steve Sattan, 4.8. Brett at 2 with 3. Mudano at 3 with 2.6. Kurt at 4 with 2.5, as well as Jake and Johnny P also at 2.5 per game.
Let's go.
So, I mean, those are your hustle guys right there.
Yeah.
Jake, Kurt, Brett. Johnny, Brett. Mudano has insanely fast hands. Mm-hmm. Steve is a very good off-ball defender as well as pretty quick hands on ball as well.
4 or 5 of those top are soccer players.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah. I mean, 5 out of the 6.
Yeah.
The only person that isn't is Josh.
Josh, yeah.
Draft a soccer player, people.
They'll get you steals.
Yeah. Field goal percentage, I don't want to go into too far depth of, but
Tyler's like the
Tyler's
like the DeAndre Jordan of this league.
Tyler is not shooting many threes. He also doesn't have too many shots.
Not shooting many jumpers in general.
But he technically leads the league. Mike's at 2. Yeah, dunks. A lot of dunks. Mike's at 2. Steve's at 3. Kurt's at 4. And Cosme's at 5. Again, I don't really want to give you the numbers because they're super long. You can see them on the screen, hopefully right now. And then I'll move over to three-point percentage. Crazy is Josh Mudano because he has 207 three-pointers shot, but he shoots 38.6%. Crazy, he leads the league. Mike Shannon is at 2. Zach Beagley's at 3. Steve Sattan's at 4. And Mo is at 5. So those are the quick little recaps. I'm going to try and do that every week after, just so you guys can see the stats. And then quick player of the week, if you had to choose.
Player of the week. So
Mudano had 79, 20, and 0. I mean, Cosme had 61, 21, and 9. I mean, if you look at these games here,
yeah,
I'd probably say Cosme is your player of the week.
I was thinking that. I wasn't there for that game though, so once again, it's hard for me to judge that.
He played well. I mean, there's a lot of. It's either Cosme or Mudano. Depends. Do you want to take the more scoring?
Yeah.
For the other less stats, or the less scoring with other stats. So I'm going to personally take Cosme for this week.
I'll take your word for that for now.
I think he shot well. He plays defense well. Their whole team, just because we were saying that they didn't play defense, they went hard on defense almost the entire game.
When creating the highlights, I did see him get a good amount of buckets. So
yeah,
looked like he had an efficient game.
He's a bucket getter.
Looked like he had an efficient game. Alright, so wrapping up the week 4 recap, we're going to now talk about power rankings heading into week 5. I gave mine last week.
My turn.
You want to start off with yours?
Yeah.
From 8.
So from 8, I'm going to go Team Flanny.
I think we both saw this coming.
I think that was a mean loss last week. I think it'll be interesting to see how Flanny competes with Mike's team next week in week 5. But as of right now,
happening tomorrow, isn't it?
They're struggling. Yeah, a lot of week 5 games have either already happened or are happening tomorrow. But we'll get into that in a second. Yeah, I think they're just struggling right now. I gotta put them at 8.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that.
So now going into 7 is a for now rankings. I'd put Team Davey / Howard. Without Rob, I think they lack the shot creating that he brings, the crazy offensive potential that he brings. Brian's a good offensive player, and so is Kaheem.
Yeah.
But no offense to those guys, they're not Rob.
Rob's one of the better offensive players in our league.
He'll shoot in your
He's
face.
quick. He elevates on his jumpers. He's got ups. He's very versatile on offense.
He's a very good defender, too.
Yeah, he's a very
pesky.
Yeah, very good player in this league. So as you lose someone like that, it's going to be hard. So who's your 6? You guys at 6?
6, I'd put Team Chung. I think the reason that I'm putting an undefeated team over a team that has won a game is because...
You said undefeated team.
Undefeated. Unwin. Sorry. Team Chung has not won a game. But we've also been in every game that we've played, and we've played pretty much all good teams.
Yeah.
We've played Cosme, Cosme, Mudano, Shannon, Kaz was week 5, and Sattan. So we played all solid teams, and we've hung around. We lost by 15 to Mudano. We lost by 16 to Mudano, 15 to Cosme, and then everything else was single digits. So we've really, in my opinion, we've still yet to click too. So I think that team still has some sort of potential to even win games in the playoffs. Who knows? I think it's still kind of up in the air.
Yeah, I'd say that 6-7 ranking's up in the air for me.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that winless still, and I know that.
I mean, Rob's coming back.
Yeah, Rob is.
Rob's coming back.
I don't know about that 6-7 spot, but we'll roll with it for now.
Yeah. So 5.
Who we got?
At 5, so this is tough. So usually what I was going to say. This one is tough, and I think you know what I'm thinking about.
You want to put my team there.
I was originally going to say Team Shannon.
Yeah.
But then I looked at...
They beat us.
They beat you guys by 27 or 17? 27.
Yeah. Without Cruiser, though.
Without Cruiser. So
I feel like it's a whole different game with Cruiser.
I'm going to say, as of right now, Team Kaz at 5, right behind number 4, Team Shannon.
Mm-hmm.
I think
that's understandable for now.
Yeah. I think if you guys, well, I don't know, will you guys play again? No.
No, we won't.
If you see each other in the playoffs, I mean, I think those are very two even teams.
4 or 5, would those play each other in the playoffs? Rankings-wise?
Rankings-wise, 4 and 5 would play each other. So I think those are two teams that are very, very close.
Mm-hmm. I'll agree with that for now. I mean, just because of the big loss.
Yeah. See, that's why originally I was going to say Shannon, but then I'm looking at that and I'm like, I don't think I can do that.
Yeah.
So then, like I said, 5 Kaz, 4 Shannon. The next, I think, is going to be pretty self-explanatory. Sattan at 3.
Mm-hmm.
Still a strong team. Did they lose?
I think they only lost to us.
They lost to you guys week 3.
Yeah.
And
then
they smoked Flanny.
Yeah, they made Flanny quit for a little bit.
So, strong team. Tassie shot well that game.
Tassie started off.
Tassie started off
he was like 6 for 6 to start off.
He had, I think
he had like 12 of their first.
He had a lot of points in the first quarter.
He had like 75% of their first quarter points.
Kurt remains to be, in my opinion, one of the best third options there is. Mm-hmm. Crazy sleeper this year.
Kurt's rising on the draft boards for next year.
Yeah. So that's a very solid team still. At 2,
Team
Mudano. Pesky defender. Another pesky defender in Tyler. All versatile. Jack can play. He can rebound. He's decent at offense. He's solid in defense.
Could stretch the floor a little.
Bit. I think it'll be interesting to see how Tyler and Jack can create offense.
Yeah.
If Mudano,
eventually I feel like teams are going to lock down on that.
Right. People are going to figure out Mudano, whether it be somehow it is. I know Mudano is eventually going to he's going to shoot well.
Yeah.
He's going to shoot over one or two guys.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think if he goes cold, you're going to have to look to see at how those other 2 guys can score, and that's why I'm putting them at 2 below Team Cosme. Mm-hmm. Team Cosme, we saw versus
week after week.
My team. It was pretty much Mo would go and just do his thing.
They take turns.
And Cosme would just sit, and then the next quarter it was the opposite. Mm-hmm. Mo would just kind of spot up. Cosme would go look for his own shot. So it's basically just
they get breathers.
Yeah, they take turns going off, and
they put up.
It can work.
They put up 120 again.
Yep, I think
120.
120. They've yet to score under 119 points. Crazy offense on that team. I think it'll be interesting to see how week 5 went.
Yeah, we'll see. Cosme versus Mudano.
Realistically, everybody watching this already knows, but we're still going to leave that.
We're going to talk about it next week. Yeah.
So we'll move on to week 5. 2 games, like we said, already happened. Mm-hmm. 2 games are happening tomorrow.
Week 5 was one of the more on schedule weeks. Normally we have some games pushing into the following week, but we were able to wrap it up as a Friday tomorrow.
Yeah. So Team Chung versus Team Kaz already happened.
Like we said, we'll talk about
Can't
those
really
next
talk
week.
about that, so we'll move into the second game, which is Sattan versus Davey. Mm-hmm. Simple pick, I think.
Yeah. I gotta go Sattan.
Team Sattan. They're playing well.
I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Especially if Tassie starts off like he does last game, too.
Yeah. I think it'll just be fun to watch Tassie versus Brian.
I'd assume it's
just
going to be...
because I think those guys are two good, personality kids.
You think they're going to guard each other?
I think they'll guard each other. I think Kahim will be on Steve, yeah. But I love both of those guys. They're fun to play against.
2 of the older guys in the league.
They're always cracking jokes while they play and whatnot, so I think that'll be fun to watch.
Tassie's got 2 turnaround threes a game.
Yeah.
Brian, we gotta find a way to mic up Brian one game.
I would love to find a way to mic up people because
Brian would be funny to
mic up Cosme would be way too explicit, but would be awesome. Miking up Brian would be hilarious.
Brian just has some funny
Flanny, if he's talking, will be super funny. So, like, I wish we could find a way to implement that, but I don't know if it's very plausible.
Gotta get some wireless mic or something.
Yeah, maybe that'll be a year 6 edition.
I don't know how expensive those are, but we could look into it.
We'll look into it. Yeah, I think Team Sattan will take this one by probably like a 15 to 20 point margin, I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Team Sattan minus 17.5 for you bettors. I don't know what that means.
Don't let Steve do the books.
Well, he'll be playing.
He'll be playing, so we're good.
Moving into Game 3. Team Shannon versus Team Flanny. This one is also going to be fun to watch because this is a rivalry of basically that entire friend group.
The Three Musketeers.
You have Johnny, Connor versus Bodie and Mike. And then Cruiser's obviously on that team. Jake isn't necessarily in that friend group.
Gorilla versus the T-Rex. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But that'll be a fun game. I think Mike, if you don't guard Flanny,
I think
there's something wrong in your head. I think that's the only reason why Flanny's playing.
I feel like Bodie's going to want to guard Flanny too, though.
That's true.
We'll see.
That's my challenge. If this video goes up before tomorrow,
Flanny's going to have
Mike, you better be on Flanny.
Flanny's going to have to put up some numbers in this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
No quitting this game. We're going to need you the whole game.
All 4 quarters, 40 minutes, you are required by law to play.
Dude pulled a Lucas Garcia.
Lucas was the best.
Wait, we're not playing the 21?
Wait, this is 4 quarters? If anybody doesn't know, Lucas played the first half, was a bucket, and then quit at halftime and has never played again.
It was before. I think it was like the first quarter.
Really? I think he made it to halftime.
All right. Well,
but it was funny. So for this game, I am going to take Team Shannon.
I'm going to agree. I think Team Shannon's just got... You got Bodie and Mike averaging 104 points a game together.
Yeah.
I think Flanny's capable of stopping one of them, but then I don't think you can stop the other one, whoever he guards.
I think Jake can guard Bodie solid.
Yeah,
I don't know about
Bodie's...
How well, though.
Yeah. I just think it's going to be hard to contain both of them.
Yeah.
They're going to score.
For sure. Game of the week, lock of the week.
I'm going to go lock of the week, Team Shannon.
I was going to say lock of the week, Team Sattan. You could also probably do Team Shannon, realistically.
Yeah.
I'm going to put game of the week, Team Shannon versus Team Flanny, though.
Just because of how much
Just because of that matchup. So that's why I'd put lock of the week, Team Sattan versus Team Howard.
Mm-hmm. I saw firsthand how greatly, how well shooting Team Shannon could be. So
yeah,
I think coming off that game against us, that's why I'm going to say they're the lock of the week.
That's fair. I agree with that. Yeah. All right. So what I do want to do is congratulate our 6th member, right? 6th? 7th member of the 1,000th Point Club.
My teammate. Matthew Yaney.
Matthew, what's his middle name?
Matthew, oh man, I forgot it.
I don't know. Matthew
Blank Yaney.
Blank Yaney. Congratulations.
1,000 Point Club, brother.
Yep. So we but yeah. So that was new as of week 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything else
stayed relatively the same.
Mike Novak has taken over the block leaders all-time list.
Let's go, Mike.
Jumped Steve by 1.
Wow, I'm 4.
Yeah. I mean, that's it for the all-time.
Shooting up the rebounding
Cosme's,
leaderboards.
Yeah. Not even crawling. He's sprinting up the leaderboards with his 30 rebound games.
If he stays on pace, he might slip into 3 next week.
Yeah, probably.
Or wait, he's played week 5 already though, hasn't he? And Mike has.
As according to this, yes.
Yeah, alright,
So, yeah. Mike is safe for now.
For now. I could definitely see Gabe overtaking that soon.
Yeah. So that's about it for the all-time leaders. We talked about play of the game, stats.
Mm-hmm. Is there any award races that you think changed without the past
award
week?
races? I would definitely say that Flanny has dropped out of the top 3, in my opinion.
Who would you put into the 3 spot?
I'd probably put in Steve, just because his team's had more success. I think we've seen he's more efficient.
Yeah.
If you gave Steve 80 shots, I think he'd probably be averaging 60 points a game.
Yeah.
But Steve takes only... Where is it? He takes 41 shots a game and averages almost 50. whereas Flanny takes 68 shots a game and averages 60. So Steve is much more efficient. His team's winning. His stats are, his rebounds a little bit lower, assists, blocks, steals, everything else is higher. So I'd put Steve at 3.
Then the first two remain the same.
First two is going to be interesting, Mudano and Cosme. As of right now, I think I'd put Cosme 2.
Yeah.
And Mudano at first.
I agree with that for now, but like the thing that intrigues me is that Mudano, yes, he averages more points, but Gabe controls rebounding and assists by a large amount.
But I think, well, I mean, Mudano also will... See, I like Mudano's defense.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, Gabe... See, that's the thing. I think Gabe could potentially play defense like Josh, but he just doesn't want to. He'd rather save his energy for offense.
He likes scoring.
Yeah, so that's not a shot against Gabe, but Josh is just... I don't know how this kid has so much energy.
Yeah, I'd say Josh is still number 1 for now, though, definitely.
Yeah. But whatever you do before games, Josh, I want what you have because I need your energy because I am dead by the second quarter.
I don't know if that's possible. You're sweating the second you step on the court.
I'm sweating the second I tie up my shoes. Yeah. I think this might be might be it. Short compared to last week.
It's normal length.
This is a normal length. I didn't want to do another 50-minute episode. That was probably a pain to watch.
Yeah.
It was a pain to edit. It was a pain to upload.
Mm-hmm. We'll try to keep it around the 20 to 30 minute range from here on out.
I think that's the sweet spot. So,
I think we talked about what we needed to. I think we're good for now. We'll talk about those Week 5 games that already happened next podcast. We got 2 games coming up tomorrow. What times we got them at? 5 and 6?
5 o'clock Team Shannon versus Team Flanny, and 6 o'clock-ish whenever the first game ends kind of thing.
So I'd be there for
Davey versus Sattan.
I'd be there for 5. I don't think you're going to want to... I think it'll be a fun game to watch.
Fun game to watch.
So if you're...
Come through.
If you're available, if you don't got anything to do, definitely come.
Yeah. As for the rest, as always, drop suggestions in the comments. Comment suggestions. No. Comment if you have anything that you agree, disagree, want to talk about. Yeah, and if you liked it, drop a like.
Subscribe. Mr. Puya, we didn't talk about Gap's defense this week.
That's true. Papadino. He's the number 1 supporter of the Driver League, maybe.
He's the number 1 supporter.
The official Driver League has the OG Tom Gaff. Mr. Gaffney, and the Suffolk Driver League has Dino Puya.
He's commenting on majority of videos, sticking up for Gaffney a lot.
Yeah, he sticks up for whoever we kind of
whoever we rattle a little bit in the episode.
Well, I mean, I always have my little challenges and whatnot.
Yeah.
So let me.
You can end off on one of those.
I'm gonna end off on this. I'm gonna challenge.
Flanny.
I want to challenge. Yeah, I want to challenge Flanny. I want you to hold. If you guard Mike. I want you to hold Mike to nothing more than 40. I think that's also a solid game plan because if Mike's only scoring 35 to 40, Bodie will put up 50. That's 90. Flanny can put up 80. Johnny can give you a solid 10. Jake can give you a solid 10.
Yeah.
That's my game plan if I'm coaching. That's my challenge this week, Flanny. Go get it.
Easier said than done.
Yeah. But
especially Mike right now. He's hot.
Yeah. So I think that'll be it for Week 4.
Fall in the books.
Just
like the Knicks. And the Lakers.
Yeah. So yeah, we will be signing off, and we will see you guys next week.
Thanks for tuning into the game plan, everybody. Peace.